All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Real Experience. What are you guys looking at? I was on Facebook. I was on my computer, and I was on Facebook, and Facebook, they usually do these ads. So I saw this ad on eBay, and I'm like, what the heck is that? So I just clicked on it, right? Launched into the go into the eBay page on my desktop, and on my PC, and immediately the New York Predator Department, again, who have me under legal surveillance, using their sirens. Now, here is the thing, right? And I talk about this, how what they do to me and us as TIs, and particularly how they target me, in particular my brother and other TIs, is that when you understand that what it is that they're doing to you, how they engage in psychological warfare, covert warfare, cognitive warfare, and the fact that you can see what it is that they're doing, right? And so now, because you're trying to wake other people up so that they can recognize what it is that they're doing, they will try to stop you in any way, right? This is what they do. For people like us who speak the truth, it is those in power who lie, who manipulate, who deceive. They're the ones that are afraid of the truth, right? A lot of people believe in Christianity. They talk about Jesus, right? But Jesus was in living in a time in your Bible, right? Because he didn't never really existed, when Rome was in power. When Rome had conquered uh, Northeast Africa, some parts of Northeast Africa, I would say, and the Roman elites, because of the diehard uh, Judeans, I should say, Hebrews in their religious belief system, they were called Hebrews. They were not called uh, uh, Jews or anything like that. They were called Hebrews, right? And because their religious practices did not allow them to see Caesar as a god, right? The Romans had an issue with that. But these were die-hard believers in their religion, and they would go to war, and this that was happening. They were warring with Rome. Okay, and when Rome realized that we are not going to win against these people because these are die-hard religious fanatics, and so it was a brutal war. If you look at go and read history, go and read the Roman Judea war, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It was very brutal. All right. So what did they do? What did Rome do? Create a new religion to pacify the minds and to convert the die-hard Judeans. Okay. There was the Christianity that was, if you go and read the Gnostic scriptures, the scriptures that they did not put in your Bible, and you will see you have a different Jesus. This Jesus was not no turn the other cheek type of individual. Okay, just like in here in America, those who are at the top, they are leaders. They lie, they manipulate, they deceive, and so being able to recognize what it is that they're doing to the vast majority of people within the society, the cognitive warfare, being able to identify these things because it's being done to you, and you're able to see these things, which is something that they don't want. For those of us who see the truth, who see our true reality, they are afraid of us waking your mind up to the reality. Because when you become awakened to the reality, you want to tear down the system. Because the system is an unjust system. The system is the one that creates criminality. The system is the one that creates poverty for the sake of profiting off of the poor. This system is the system that is responsible for making you sick. And those within the elite circle, corporations, who instead of giving you the cure, will rather give you the treatment so they can profit off of you, and they can increase their wealth. Right? They constantly rob from the poor to give to the rich. That is a criminal system, an insane system. And so I just happened to click on this thing, and then first of all, the one thing in liberal states that they don't want is for black people to carry firearms, legally or illegally. It doesn't matter. Because if you're a black person and you're legally authorized to carry a firearm, they will, as soon as you tell them that you have a license to carry, they will arrest you. And the reason why they will arrest you is to take away your ability to carry a firearm legally. This is why black police officers, they don't carry their gun when they're not in uniform. And those that do, they have to be very careful. Because if a crime is taking place and they're not in uniform, they're just in the regular street clothes, right? They can be killed. All right. So, like I keep saying, black people, stop voting for these wealthy politicians. All right. You should be able to legally own a gun as long as you're trained and well trained. Okay. I always say that if you're going to own a firearm, you better be trained better than the police, because they don't even train these cops properly. Okay. You better go through at least 2 years of training. I mean, really good training, because you're going to need to be trained better than them, because when they turn the cops against us, because this is what they're trying to do, we are going to be defenseless because we don't have a right to carry and bear arms. And this is in liberal states. Why? Because the elites understand what it is that they're doing. They know people are going to hate them for what it is that they're doing. So in order to prevent you from rising up against their wickedness, their crooked ways, their psychopathic mindset, their dark triad personality traits, they have to leave you or make you defenseless. Okay? This is what they do. So I don't listen. I don't. In New York State, you can't carry a weapon without a permit, and to get. And again, what I say, I don't just say because it's not my opinion. It's my opinion. But if you go look at the amount of black people who apply for permit in New York, compare that to the amount of white people that apply for permit in New York, you will see a stark difference, right, in who gets to carry a licensed firearm in New York. Keep saying, we ignore our reality. But even a fake prop gun for Blade Runner, they're using their sirens. I mean, come on. They're trying to create this narrative, right? They're trying to create this narrative, right? Because they know what it is that they're doing. And they know I have a right to defend myself. They know it because I've already proved that they are engaging in coercive psychological tactics, coercive psychological programming, psychological violence. And they know that courts have recognized that, right? And courts have said that the victims have a right to defend themselves. But like I said, I will never be the aggressor. But like I said, you send one of these Sambos or whoever else, and they want to get physical, they're going to get all this rage. Okay? So, the ball's in your court. Talk to you guys in the next video.